D-Max crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 7:01.381. They're getting to grips with Circuit Charade, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
Sunoiler is really opening up the taps now, their first flyer of the session. This is where we start to see what Audi TT Cup has got under the hood.
That's right, Rob. They're shaking off the cobwebs and really starting to push. It's all about finding that sweet spot between speed and control on the circuit.
With just 223 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Look at Wayne Pearson taking it nice and easy, a smart move. Like a chess player contemplating the opening move, they're planning several steps ahead.
Spot on. They're mentally mapping each corner, each straight. It's not just about the car, it's about strategy and foresight.
There goes Mr. Bang, on their first dance with Circuit Charade. Every bend, every straight is a chance to learn, to adapt.
Yep, and it's about syncing with the car too. Making sure everything's in harmony. It's like tuning an instrument before a big concert.
Joe Ergiu has a best lap time of 2:03.367. It's all about finding that sweet spot during these sessions. Like tuning a didgeridoo, but way faster.
Haha, and a lot noisier. But you're right, in Indy, we fine-tune until it feels just right. Every lap here is a step towards perfection.
In these sessions, they're not just pushing the car's limits, but their own too. Testing their mettle, seeing how far they can go before the big dance.
Exactly. It's a mental game as much as a physical one. Balancing aggression with precision, daring with data. It's an art and a science.
And there's Mr. Bang, easing out onto Circuit Charade. It's like the first step on a long hike, finding your footing before you hit full stride.
Right, and every racer knows this outlap is precious. It's their first handshake with the track today, feeling out its mood and temperament.
Sunoiler posted 2:03.778 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Wayne Pearson's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 2:03.884. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Jack M Team is out there, taking it slow and steady on the outlap. This lap is like the calm before the storm, a moment of zen before pushing the limits.
That's right. It's about understanding the track's personality today a Euro. Each day, each lap can tell a different story, especially at a track like Circuit Charade.
Alright, Sunoiler has put down a 2:02.923. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Audi TT Cup.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Joe Ergue has a best lap time of 2:02.065. There are just over 215 minutes left in this practice session. Ever heard the pit crew chat about wheel camber? Sounds like a dance move, but trust me, it's all car talk.
Haha, yeah, camber is the angle of the wheel relative to the road. A bit of negative camber, where the top of the tire leans inwards, can give more grip in the corners. But too much and you're looking at premature wear on the inside of the tire. It's a balancing act, and each track requires its own setting.
Sunoiler crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking at 2:00.988. They're getting to grips with Circuit Charade, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
Joe Yu posted a 3:22.631 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Sunoiler has a best lap time of 2:09.88. With just 212 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. There's Richard Rossier, gently nudging the beast as they head out. The outlap is where you whisper to the car, "Let's dance," before the real party starts.
You got that right. It's a gentle waltz before the full-on rock concert of the race. They're testing the waters, getting a feel for every bend and straight of Circuit Charade.
Joe Yu's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 2:01.755. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
Wayne Pearson's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 2:01.779. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
You ever think about what's ticking inside a driver's noggin during these laps?
All the time. It's a mix of analyzing, strategizing, and adapting. Every corner, every straight is a puzzle, and they're trying to solve it at full speed.
Maybe today Satan is on their first practice flying lap. There's the first flying lap for Wayne Pearson, hitting 2:03.921. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Alright, Megasaurus 55 has put down a 158.570. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Audi TT Cup.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Sunoiler crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 159.985. They're getting to grips with Circuit Charade, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
Maybe today Satan has a best lap time of 2:02.913. Mr. Bang posted 2:05.189 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? D-Max has a best lap time of 2:11.219. Hey Hal, you reckon these drivers ever get tired of going round and round during practice?
Well, Rob, repetition is the key. Every lap gives you data, insights, and an edge over the competition.
Oi, these practices aren't just a walkabout in the park. It's here that races are often won or lost.
Absolutely. Back home in North Carolina, we emphasize the setup. A few tweaks during practice can lead to major gains on race day.
Maybe today Satan posted a 2:01.474 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? DMAX's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 2:09.817. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
With just 203 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Alright, Richard Rossier has put down a 2 o'clock .354. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Audi TT Cup.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
There's the first flying lap for Megasaurus 55, hitting 159.966. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Here we go, folks. The atmosphere is electric as the drivers prepare to unleash their machines on the track at Circuit Charade for the qualifying session. Megasaurus 55 is on their outlap.
It's all about finding that balance between staying calm and focused, while also pushing the limits.
Rob has put in a great effort and currently holds second. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position?
Great analysis, Rob. Rob has shown excellent pace to secure second. Now, the focus shifts to whether they can use their track position to their advantage in the race.
Impressive work from Sunoiler, who has claimed 7th on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position. A solid qualifying performance by Eddie G, positioning them in 7th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners. What a fantastic... Rob has completed their outlap. Rob has completed their outlap. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Megasaurus 55 has completed their outlap. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Eddie G has completed their outlap. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Richard Rossier has completed their outlap. Disappointing performance from Megasaurus 55 has completed their outlap. A tough qualifying session for Maybe Today Satan. Maybe Today Satan has completed their outlap. Wayne Pearson has secured a respectable 8th in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance?
Couldn't agree more, Rob. Wayne Pearson has positioned themselves.
Wayne Pearson has completed their first flying lap in 2:03.50. Maybe Today Satan has positioned themselves well in 9th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start. A strong showing from Joe Ergu as they currently sit in 10th. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve.
You're absolutely right, Rob. Yorgu's current position of 10th reflects their strong qualifying performance. Now, they'll need to strategize and capitalize on this starting position.
Joe Ergu has just completed that lap in 2:06.43. Their best lap so far is 2:06.43, putting them in P8. Will they be able to hold on to that spot? It's an impressive showing by Richard Rossier, currently in 6th. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher?
I couldn't agree more, Rob. Richard Rossier has done a fantastic job to claim 6th. The challenge now is to convert this opportunity into a strong race result.
Richard Rossier has just completed a lap in 1:59.300. Let's see if they can improve on that time further. Currently in 7th, Wayne Pearson has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position.
You're spot on, Rob. Wayne Pearson's current position of 7th is a testament to their skills and determination. Now, they face the challenge of maintaining their position against hungry rivals.
Wayne Pearson has some work to do as that 1:59.878 is only good enough for 7th. What a performance from Richard Rossier. They currently occupy 5th on the grid. Can they maintain this strong position and secure a favourable starting spot? There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Looks like Zhou Ergu needs to put the pedal to the metal. That last lap times landed them in 8th. Not where they want to be, especially with the session ticking away.
True, Rob. It's all about incremental gains. Every tenth of a second counts, and they've got to squeeze every bit of performance out of that Audi TT Cup.
There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Maybe today Satan has completed their first flying lap in 2:00.598. A solid performance from Rob, always keen as they currently hold position 2. However, with the session coming to a close, they'll need to find that extra bit of speed if they want to move up the grid. There's a real buzz in the air as Keen secures first.
Right you are, Rob. They've put themselves in a solid spot, but they can't let up now. Staying smooth and focused is key to shaving off those extra fractions. It may be difficult for them to improve further on that. Sometimes trying too hard makes you slower. They need to drive smooth and smart.
Incredible drive by maybe today Satan so far, earning them 9th on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. Will they be able to find that extra edge to move up?
Absolutely, Rob. Maybe today Satan has shown great potential to secure 9th. It's now a matter of channeling that momentum into a strong performance during the race.
Looks like maybe today Satan is making a statement, securing a spot in 5th.
Yep, Rob, but there's always room for improvement. Smooth, consistent laps might just be the key to climbing even higher before this session wraps up. Every fraction of a second counts. I am sure they can find a little extra in there.
A solid qualifying performance by Zhou Ergu, positioning them in 9th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners.
I completely agree, Rob. Ergu has positioned themselves impressively in 9th. However, it's crucial for them to keep pushing to potentially improve their starting position.
Impressive work from Jack M team, who has claimed 3rd on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position. Richard Rossier has put in a great effort and currently holds 7th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position? And there goes Zhou Ergu, currently in position 9. They've shown great skill and consistency, with Zhou Ergu clocking a 1:59.980. They've got themselves a mountain to climb, stuck in 9th.
They're not out of the fight yet, Rob, but it's going to take some serious wheel work to make up that gap. The clock's ticking, and they need to make every lap count from here on out.
Eddie G has secured a respectable 6th in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance? It's an impressive showing by Jack M team, currently in 3rd. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher?
Absolutely, Rob. Jack M team has put in a remarkable effort to secure 3rd. The competition is fierce, and they'll need to stay focused to defend their position.
Impressive display by Eddie G, currently sitting in position 6. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position.
Spot on analysis, Rob. Eddie G has positioned themselves well in 6th. It's now crucial for them to maintain their focus and defend their position in the upcoming race.
Eddie G's clocking in at 159.472 isn't turning heads just yet. They're holding on to 6th, but with time running out, it's now or never.
They've got the skill, Rob, but they need to translate that into lap times. It's time to throw caution to the wind and go all out.
What a performance from Joe Ergu. They currently occupy 9th on the grid. Can they maintain this strong position and secure a favourable starting spot? It hasn't been the best qualifying session for Puppy Dog from Hell so far. They find themselves in 11th position, which is not where they had hoped to be. However, there's still time left on the clock, and they have the opportunity to make improvements.
Absolutely, Rob. Puppy Dog from Hell is aware of the current situation, and they'll be looking to make the most of the remaining time. They'll need to analyze their performance, work closely with their team, and find that extra bit of speed to
Puppy Dog from Hell has completed their outlap. Richard Rossier has positioned themselves well in 7th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start.
I couldn't agree more, Rob. Richard Rossier has done a fantastic job to claim 7th. The challenge now is to convert this opportunity into a strong race result. A solid qualifying performance by Richard Rossier, positioning them in 7th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners. You're spot on, Rob. Richard Rossier's current position of 7th is a testament to their skills and determination. Now, they face the challenge of maintaining their position against hungry rivals.
It's a beautifully calm day here at Circuit Charade, as we're getting ready to get things underway. Starting from pole position is a great opportunity for Rob Keane to take control of the race.
But they will need to stay cool under pressure. If they can do that, they'll be in with a chance.
The second position belongs to Megasaurus 55. Jack M team has qualified third. As the green flag drops, keep an eye on Sunoiler starting in fourth position.
Sunoiler will be ready to show what they're made of.
It's maybe today Satan, sitting comfortably in fifth. Eddie G is sixth. Richard Rossier is placed in seventh.
But they can't afford to be complacent. This is race day, after all.
As the engines roar to life, Wayne Pearson prepares to take off from the 8th position on the starting grid. Lining up in 9th is Joe Yu. Our 10th place starter, Mr. Bang, is a driver who knows how to make up ground on the track.
Another mid-pack start for Mr. Bang.
D-Max is lining up 11th. Lights are off, the gloves are on, and it's go time.
The drivers will need to be aggressive but also patient. They can't afford to make any mistakes if they want to stay in the running for a podium finish.
It's a delicate balance, Hal, but the best drivers know how to find that balance and make it work to their advantage.
It's going to be an exciting first sector. I can't wait to see how this all plays out.
I can't wait to see how this race will play out. This is going to be one hell of a race. I can already feel it.
I'm looking forward to burning some rubber here, Rob.
Well, ain't that a slice of vanilla? Joe Yu's sitting pretty right where they started. Comfy as a koala in a eucalyptus tree.
Well, butter my cornbread. Yorgu's playing it cool and steady. Maybe they're just enjoying the beautiful Moderna circuit of Charade here at Circuit Charade. Can't blame them.
Not the start that Jack M team wanted in this race. Seems they have been caught off guard from the get-go. Looks like Eddie's been caught napping at the lights. Gone from 6 to 11 quicker than you can say, "G'day."
Every race has its ups and downs, and it looks like Eddie G is getting their down out of the way early. Let's see how they respond.
Look, it's not always the fireworks on track that win the race. Jack M team is playing it cool, holding their cards close. Mate, are they packing something extra down under? Jack M team's just rocketed into 9th.
Well, butter my biscuit. Jackham team's burning rubber and climbing up to 9th.
Good on ya, Wayne Pearson. Not letting Sunoiler get too comfy up front. Reckon he's planning a bit of a "g'day mate" on the next corner?
The roaring engines are echoing Wayne Pearson's battle cry. Sunoiler, can you hear the thunder?
Looks like Eddie's car has turned into a mobile, no vacancy sign, and Puppy Dog from Hell is looking for a room. You won't find cheap rent here, mate. Get ready, folks. With Joe Yu tailing this close to Mr. Bang, T4, Shell Corner is about to become a hotspot. Hal, can you share some strategies that drivers use to manage tire degradation during a race?
Certainly, Rob. Some strategies include adjusting the car's setup for better tire life, altering driving lines to reduce wear, and using tire management techniques like lift and coast to preserve grip for as long as possible.
Looks like Richard Rossier is really pushing it to the limit. They're taking those curbs aggressively, but that can unsettle the car and cause handling issues.
Indeed, taking too much curb can upset the car's balance, leading to oversteer or understeer. It's all about finding the right balance between speed and control.
Looks like Richard Rossier remembered to twist that anti-roll bar, giving them better cornering. If they get any closer to Wayne Pearson, they'll be seeing what they had for brekkie. Joe Ergue is on a mission, chasing Mr. Bang, who's desperately trying to stay ahead. Joe Ergue's giving it a red-hot go, but can't seem to muster the pace to keep up with Mr. Bang. It's like chasing a roux on a motorbike. As we enjoy seeing these titans of the track battle it out, let's not forget about the pit crews. Those guys and girls are like a well-oiled machine themselves.
Absolutely. They're the unsung heroes of the racing world. But you know what they say, behind every great driver is an even greater pit crew.
Joe Ergue is giving it their all as they chase down Mr. Bang in P7.
I've seen molasses move faster than this. Just kidding, but your Ergue's surely making Mr. Bang feel the heat. It's a southern summer showdown out here.
Alright, hold your horses. Mr. Bang is really putting the heat on Richard Rossier. If I were Richard Rossier, I'd be checking those mirrors non-stop.
Now, that's some driving, y'all. Mr. Bang is putting the pressure on Richard Rossier. It's like watching a cat stalk a bird. They're inching closer with every turn.
Like a scene from a thriller, Joe Ergue's on Mr. Bang's tail, hungry for that spot. Joe Ergue is trying their best, but can't seem to find the pace to keep up with Mr. Bang at the moment. Crikey, Mr. Bang's playing hardball today, closing off those gaps like a tight-knit woolly jumper. Good luck weaving through that one, Joe Ergue.
A few lengths might not sound like much, but in racing, that's like dancing on the edge of a razor blade. Mr. Bang's footwork is top-notch today.
It's a close race between Wayne Pearson and Sunoiler in fourth.
Hot diggity. Wayne Pearson's on Sunoiler's tail tighter than bark on a tree. As they zoom into Coates Straight, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Look at this. Joe Ergue is practically drafting off Mr. Bang. With the gap this small, T4, shell corner is going to be a real test. Things are heating up as Mr. Bang closes in on Richard Rossier. The gap between them is down to practically nothing.
You reckon Richard Rossier is sweating bullets yet, Rob? Because I'd be needing a towel by now with Mr. Bang right behind me.
Things are getting spicy as Joe Ergue is breathing down Mr. Bang's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them. Jack M team wants to close that gap with Joe Ergue. The best laid plans of mice and men, haha, but it's certainly not going to plan for Jack M team right now as they are struggling to keep up with Joe Ergue. I reckon Joe Ergu's bumper sticker must read, "You can look, but you can't pass." Jack M-Team's getting a good read of it for sure.
Just like in the old school days of racing, it's not just about speed, it's about the strategy, the mind games. Your Ergu's got that game face on.
He's pulling away. Joe Ergu is increasing the gap to Jack M-Team. Blimey, Mr. Bang's gunning it in 7th. Just a whisker behind Richard Rossier. Hope he's got his budgie smugglers on, cause things are about to get wet and wild. An impressive showing from Mr. Bang, who has gained positions and left Richard Rossier in the dust.
Where there's a will, there's a relative.
Oh, this is getting intense. Joe Ergu is just behind Richard Rossier.
This is where the mental game comes into play. Who will keep their cool under pressure? Your Ergu or Richard Rossier? It's anyone's race.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Jack M-Team, breaking update. Talk about going walkabout on the track. DMAX is off on a little bush adventure at Circuit Charade, aren't they?
Well, butter my biscuit. DMAX has lost it like I lost my patience with that old carburetor of mine. A real test of character.
There's a storm brewing, and it's got Sunoiler's name on it. Maybe today's Satan, batten down the hatches, it's coming for you. That won't be ideal for Puppy Dog from Hell. The tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. Joe Ergu's inching ever closer to Mr. Bang. Would ya look at that? Joe Ergu's thrown down the gauntlet. Mr. Bang, you gonna pick that up or just admire the view from behind? If I had $1 for every time Jack M-Team closed a gap like this, I'd have enough for a pint at the local. Get ready, Joe Ergu, the thunder from down under is coming.
It's like watching a hawk circling its prey, waiting for the right moment to swoop.
The action is non-stop as Sunoiler shadows maybe today's Satan through every twist and turn, determined to claim third. This is where legends are made. Which driver will rise to the occasion and claim victory?
Watch out now. Your Ergu's edging ever closer to Mr. Bang. They'll be wheel to wheel by the time they reach T6. Cold corner them.
Superb driving from Joe Ergu, who with that overtake has gained a position in the race. Blimey, Jack M-Team's more eager to catch Mr. Bang than a bloke at the bar at last call. Hope he's got the stamina for this chase. Looking at the lap times, Jack M-Team is not on pace with Mr. Bang. Can they turn it around? This race is getting even more intense. The drivers are pushing each other to the limit.
It's like they're playing a game of chicken, but with cars. And the winner gets to take home the checkered flag and bragging rights.
Haha, that's one way to put it. These drivers have to be in top physical and mental shape to compete at this level.
It's like they're training for the Olympics. And like you said, the mental fortitude required to stay focused and alert for the entire race is wild.
I think I need a nap just watching them. Oi, Sunoiler is on Wayne Pearson like a drop bear on an unsuspecting tourist.
Drop bear? Had to Google that one. But yeah, here it's like a linebacker on a quarterback sack.
Mate, Mr. Bang's right up Joe Ergu's chuff. As they zip through T5, Barbagallo corner skyline, we're all expecting some fireworks.
The slightest mistake from either driver could lead to a meeting with the barriers, and nobody wants an impromptu autograph session with the wall.
Whoa there, Jack M team is sticking to Mr. Bang like glue. You reckon Mr. Bang's feeling the pressure? 'Cause I sure would. I swear, Jack M team's on the prowl, making that leap to 7th look as easy as a Sunday Arvo barbecue. Well, butter my bread and call it a sandwich. Mr. Bang's not letting Jack M team have all the fairy bread at this party. Watch out, Jack M team, he's coming for your Tim Tams, mate.
The tension between Mr. Bang and Jack M team is palpable as they battle for P7. No doubt, both drivers know that one mistake could cost them the position. It's a test of nerves as much as skill.
The adrenaline is pumping as Jack M team gets within striking distance of Joe Yu in their race for 6th. Looks like Rob tried the old dingo stole my race line trick. A tad too clever by half. Wow, Richard Rossier is really pushing hard to catch up to Puppy Dog from Hell. There's blood in the water for 10th place.
Richard Rossier is following Puppy Dog from Hell so closely, they could start charging them rent for occupying the same space on the track.
Jack M team wants to get into Joe Yu slipstream. It seems like Jack M team is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace.
Can Jack M team refocus and start putting in the lap times we know they are capable of?
Mate, I've heard the drivers talking about their car setups. It sounds more complicated than assembling an IKEA bookshelf.
You're not wrong. Back home, we just say it's like trying to line dance on a slippery floor. It takes a lot of tweaks and twists to get it right.
Hold on to your seats. Jack M team's turning the heat up on Joe Yu, closing in for the kill.
Woo-wee, there's more tension between Jack M team and Jorg Yu than there is at a shotgun wedding. Pass the popcorn and let's see where this love story goes.
Buckle up. Sunoiler is all over Wayne Pearson like a cheap suit. Are we about to see some wheel-to-wheel action? Here's some action. Richard Rossier's tailgating Puppy Dog from Hell so close, it's like they're sharing the same set of wheels as they near T7, Nova's corner. Someone should tell Puppy Dog from Hell this ain't a Sunday drive. Richard Rossier's tearing up the track. Now isn't this a show? Sunoiler's gotten the bit between their teeth, and they're reeling in Wayne Pearson. Look at them weave and bob through T4, Shell corner, folks. Did you blink? Because Sunoiler just laid down a scorcher of a lap. Even my ex never left that fast. This is where the race gets really interesting. Puppy Dog from Hell is closing in on Richard Rossier. It's a game of inches now as Sunoiler tails Wayne Pearson closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake.
Y'all see that? Sunoiler's right on Wayne Pearson's tail, and with the gap narrowing, Tate straight is going to be crucial.
Sunoiler is on a charge. Their split time shows they have upped their pace. Ladies and gents, we've got ourselves a high-speed pursuit. Puppy Dog from Hell is stalking Richard Rossier's every move.
In the theater of speed, this is the climax. Every move is a headline, every overtake a potential plot twist.
It's like watching a cheetah chase its prey. Wayne Pearson's got maybe today Satan in their crosshairs.
The mental game is just as important here. Wayne Pearson must keep their cool while putting pressure on maybe today's Satan.
It's a battle of wills out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other. With steely determination and laser focus, Wayne Pearson is homing in on maybe today's Satan. The battle lines are drawn.
Well, butter my biscuit. Wayne Pearson's hot on maybe today's Satan's tail, and not in the way you're thinking. There's some serious wooing going on at Circuit Charade today.
Good news for Wayne Pearson, the gap to maybe today's Satan has decreased. It's now down to 0.4 seconds.
This here's where the steel meets the pavement. Both drivers got to keep their cool if they're looking to take the checkered flag.
Aussies love a good underdog story. Any dark horses you're keeping an eye on for this race?
Well, every rodeo has its wild card. I've got a couple names in mind, but I'll keep them close to the vest for now.
Joe Ergue is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. These drivers are walking a tightrope between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely. It's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the car to its limits without crossing the line into reckless driving. That's where experience and skill come into play. Shoot, Rob, you ever seen a hound chase a rabbit? That's your Ergue for y'all, trying to close in on Sunoiler with every twist and turn of Circuit Charade.
Wow, Sunoiler is really pushing hard in these final moments of the race. Some say it's about the journey, not the destination. But Megasaurus 55 seems pretty intent on that first spot.
Spot on, Rob. Still waters run deep, and even if it looks calm now, Megasaurus 55 needs to maintain that razor-sharp edge.
What a win! This is a historic moment for Megasaurus 55, who put on a masterclass in driving today. What a display of skill and precision.
You can see the sheer determination on Megasaurus 55's face as they take the win. That's the mark of a true champion, folks.
Keen never gave up. They drove with heart and determination, ultimately securing a well-deserved second-place finish.
Brilliant. Keen showed great skill and determination to take second place.
That was an outstanding performance from maybe today's Satan. They fought hard and took the final spot on the podium. 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th is Wayne Pearson, Sunoiler, Joe Ergue, and Jack M team. Mr. Bang and Eddie G end in 8th and 9th. With Puppy Dog from Hell in 10th. In 11th, it's Richard Rossier. D-Max claimed 12th. It's a very still day here at Circuit Charade, as we're getting ready to kick things off.
The calm before the storm. I don't know about you, Rob, but I can't wait to see who comes out on top of this one.
Puppy Dog from Hell will have the best seat in the house starting from pole position.
But they can't get cocky. This is AssettoCorsaFriends, and anything can happen.
As the drivers prepare to take off, Eddie G sits in second place on the starting grid.
A strong grid position, and they'll be expecting a solid result today.
Our third place starter for today's race is none other than Mr. Bang. And in the fourth position, it's none other than Jack M Team. Taking the fifth spot is Joe Erg Yu.
And they are looking to start the race on the Hards tire compound.
Starting from sixth on the grid is a good position for Sun Euler to launch an attack. Sitting in seventh is Wayne Pearson.
They've got the heart of a lion, and they won't back down from a challenge.
Maybe today Satan will be looking to gain ground quickly as they start from 8th on the grid.
Lining up in the mid-pack.
From the middle of the pack, we have Rob Keane in 9th place on the starting grid. Starting from the 10th position, Megasaurus 55 will need to navigate through the field to challenge for the win.
The British driver has been driving the wheels off the Audi TT Cup in practice.
Starting from 11th on the grid is a bit of a mixed bag for Richard Rossier. D-Max will need to be on top of their game starting from 12th on the grid.
DMAX will be hoping for some good points today.
Struth, the lights are dimmed, and it's time to do the Antipodean Tango. Whack that pedal and let's see some scholarly racing.
Avoiding contact while trying to gain position is essential. The first lap is often where we see incidents that can change the course of the race.
Is there a better sight than a field of elite racing drivers battling for position? Bit of a cruisy start for maybe today, Satan, just feeling out the track at Circuit Charade. You know, like a dingo sussing out the lay of the land. So Sun Oilers decided to play it cool, eh? Holding on to 6 like a croc with a juicy steak. Just sizing up the competition, I reckon.
It all comes down to this Rob, where the rubber meets the road. There's no more time for talk, no more practice. The teams have done all they can, now it comes down to Sun Oil to bring it home.
These early salvos will shape the outcome of this race.
There are a few drivers with a point of proof, and a few with some grudges to bear. Will we see a clean race today?
Looks like Mr. Bang's gone a bit wobbly on us. Like throwing a thumb on a Barbie. Unpredictable and not the best idea. From 3 to 7 in no time. The stewards will be hoping that there aren't too many incidents for them to pick over when the dust settles on this one.
It's always intense racing here at Circuit Charade. Hold on to your hats, folks.
Ripper of a move. Rob's not just in the race, they're owning it. G'day, 10th.
Impressive. Rob Keane is really showing their skill and determination out there.
Alright, lads and ladies, it's crunch time. Wayne Pearson is sniffing around D-Max like a dog with a bone. And it looks like they might just take a bite out of 11th. It's a thrilling pursuit as Sun Oiler is right behind Joe Ergu, keeping the pressure on for 3rd place.
This is what makes motor racing so exciting. The tension is high and the stakes are even higher. Who will take home the victory? It's too close to call.
Great driving from Wayne Pearson, who has just gained a place and moved up to 11th.
I tell y'all, Wayne Pearson's hotter than a peppered pickle right now. Bold and spicy, claiming 11th like a champ.
Huge shout out to the admins at AssettoCorsaFriends for making this all possible. Without their hard work and dedication, we wouldn't be able to witness this incredible event.
That's right, Rob, and the excitement is palpable. I can feel it in my circuits. I mean, this is the kind of race that people will be talking about in the bar. We're witnessing history in the making.
This isn't just racing, it's a duel. Watch as Jack M Team zeroes in on Eddie G, blade sharpened and ready.
Well, butter my biscuit. With a gap just shy of a second, Jack M Team's car is dialed in. He's looking to reel Eddie G in on the straights of Circuit Charade.
This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit.
One wrong move and we could see a spectacular new synchronized pirouette performance by Mr. Bang and Puppy Dog from Hell, though I doubt the judges would give them a perfect score.
The crowd is on its feet as Sun Oiler chases down Joe Ergu through T1, Cat Corner.
This is the moment where legends are made. These drivers will go down in history as the ones who fought tooth and nail for the top spot.
This is what it's all about, folks. Maybe today Satan is in hot pursuit of Richard Rossier, who's just trying to stay ahead. As they speed through T4, Shell Corner, Puppy Dog from Hell is relentlessly pursuing maybe today Satan in a high-stakes battle for position. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Jack M Team is proper nipping at Eddie's heels. Are they thinking of making a lunge? Only time will tell.
With Jack M Team on the hunt, Eddie G better not blink. Every split second counts in this tango.
Whoa, D-Max took that corner like my Uncle Baz after a six-pack, all over the shop. With every twist and turn, Jack M team is shadowing Eddie G, waiting to pounce like a lion on the hunt.
Dang, Jack M team's chasing Eddie G like a Southern belle after a gentleman with a fat wallet. This is racier than a late-night movie marathon.
Maybe Mr. Bang's got a drop bear in the cockpit, cause that move was bonkers. Blimey, Puppy Dog from Hell's determination reminds me of a kangaroo in a hopping contest.
Well, over here in the States, it's more like a squirrel chasing down its last nut before winter. Either way, it's entertaining to watch.
Well, if it isn't Joe Ergue, the wild wallaby of the track, hopping right off the tarmac. Oi, maybe today Satan's giving it a red-hot go in 6th. Just a few kangaroo hops behind Richard Rossier. Might see a cheeky move soon.
Sweet tea and biscuits. Maybe today Satan's got the pedal to the metal, chasing down Richard Rossier like it's the last slice of pie at a family reunion.
Mr. Bang wants to breaking alert. Well, crikey. Wayne Pearson's taken a detour just like I did when I tried to change my car's oil. Ended up with a flooded garage.
Well, butter my biscuit. Wayne Pearson took a trip to the weeds. Must have thought they were at a barn dance the way they spun around.
Not much room to breathe for Puppy Dog from Hell with Mr. Bang trailing so close. I reckon we'll see a move soon, especially at T4, Shell Corner.
You can feel the intensity in the air. The slightest mistake could cost either of them the race.
Blimey, Mr. Bang's shifted gears and the results are clear. Cruising up to 8th just like that. It's looking good for maybe today Satan, who has gained places and put some distance between themselves and Richard Rossier.
Yes, but maybe today Satan can't rest on their laurels. They have to keep pushing to consolidate their position. Did we just witness a gambit?
It seems maybe today Satan is recalibrating, now at 6th.
We've seen maybe today Satan in such situations before. A temporary descent, but always with an eye on the bigger picture.
The pressure is on for Rob as they try to catch up to maybe today Satan.
Don't forget the role of aerodynamics. Rob always keen should use slipstreaming to their advantage and close the gap to maybe today Satan.
Eddie G seems to be putting the pressure on Jack M team. With a move that's swift, I'd say Eddie's running on high octane, and maybe a bit of Aussie spirit. Braking alert, looks like that's a mistake from Eddie G, this could be costly.
Did the wind contribute to that? It's blowing at 5 kph out there right now.
This race has turned into a game of cat and mouse. Sunoiler is the predator, with Joe Ergue firmly in their sights. Remember when Eddie G was on the pace? Neither do I kinda like my recollection of last Friday night. You reckon Rob's got a shot, mate?
I'd say it's like trying to throw a football into a moving pickup truck from 50 yards. Tough, but not impossible. This ain't a track, it's a coliseum, and the gladiators are putting on one hell of a show.
A setback for Keane, who had braking update. It looks like D-Max has been called into the pits. It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while.
If Rob gets any closer to Richard Rossier, then
Hold on a moment, blimey. Puppy Dog from Hell's just thrown another shrimp on the barbie of mishaps. This one's burnt. Every gear shift, every pedal push, maybe today Satan's got one goal in mind, capturing Richard Rossier's spot. Blimey, Jack M team is playing a tight game of footy on this track. Joe Ergue's got the ball, but no clear shot at the goal just yet.
I tell you what, Jack M team is putting on a clinic out there. Protecting that spot like it's the last piece of Mama's fried chicken.
Blimey, Jack M team just slipped up like a banana peel comedy, and Joe Ergue's having the last chuckle here.
Feels like Jack M team hit a patch of Carolina clay.
Breaking update, Struth. Richard Rossier's having a real dog's breakfast of a moment. Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled as they push for every last bit of speed.
Will Sunoiler be able to make a move and pass Yorgu?
This is what high-octane racing looks like. Eddie G is breathing down the neck of Jack M team, not giving them any room to relax.
A misjudgment by either driver could result in a close encounter of the tire barrier kind, and that's one handshake they'll want to avoid.
This is like the state of origin for Sunoiler, going full tilt, gunning for the top, and not holding back.
And on my end, it's the Super Bowl vibes all over. Inches away from glory, and every move counts. Hold onto your hats, folks. This is racing at its finest.
The intensity is off the charts as maybe today's Satan hounds Richard Rossier, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit.
Remember that time maybe today Satan made that audacious move on the last lap? Feels like deja vu, doesn't it, Rob?
The gap between maybe today's Satan and Richard Rossier is growing. It's now up to 1.1 seconds. Here's the thing about racing, sometimes it's not just about speed. It's about pressure, mind games, and this, right here, is a masterclass from Sunoiler. Sticking so close to the leader, making him constantly aware of the imminent threat.
Spot on. It's like a shark circling its prey. The leader knows it, we know it, and by the looks of it, Sunoiler is ready for the kill.
We are used to seeing some hard-fought but clean racing here at AssettoCorsaFriends. I'm expecting to see nothing different here today as this race unfolds. This is edge-of-the-seat stuff. Maybe today, Satan is relentlessly hunting down Richard Rossier. Who'll blink first? You can feel the rumble from here. Sunoiler's in the thick of it, and they're not letting go. It's a battle of wills, and only the strongest will come out on top.
Yeah, it's like the final lap of the Daytona 500. Pedal to the metal, eyes on the prize, and no room for error. This is what racing's all about.
Reminds me of two wombats fighting for the best burrow. Close, intense, and unpredictable.
Oh, this is gripping. With every lap, Yorgu's drawing closer to that lead spot. They're both battling tire to tire.
If I were the leader, I'd be checking my mirrors every blink of an eye. No room for error here. Eddie G is breathing down the neck of Puppy Dog from Hell, waiting for the perfect chance to make their move.
Should things go awry, Eddie G and Puppy Dog from Hell might find themselves giving a whole new meaning to the term tandem drifting, though I doubt they'd enjoy it as much as the spectators.
It's pedal to the metal for Eddie G, while Puppy Dog from Hell's still flipping through the radio channels. Oh, talk about a tango on tarmac. Richard Rossier is dancing closer and closer to Mr. Bang. You can feel the tension as they approach Cote Straight.
When I was racing, we had a saying, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. Richard Rossier is definitely living on the edge today.
It's a close race between maybe today's Satan and Richard Rossier in fifth.
These two are putting on a masterclass in precision driving. Every turn, every acceleration, calculated to perfection.
It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce. Jack M team's playing hard to get, eh? If they drop the pace anymore, they'll be in reverse. But crikey, Ed Egg's just raring to go.
Hot dog, Jack M team's gotta pick up their boots and scoot. Ed Egg's in the fast lane, probably whistling Dixie.
Oi! Rob's chassis balance is on point today. They're handling bumps and curbs smoother than a croc sliding into water. Joe Ergu's got a battle ahead.
Just what Rob needed, like sweet tea on a hot day. Can't let Jorg you out of sight for too long.
The battle for 5 is heating up as maybe today Satan tries to catch Richard Rossier in P5. You ever miss the roar of engines, Hal?
Every single day, Rob. But we've got the next best thing, dissecting every nuance of these races and sharing our digital wisdom with the world.
Look at Jack M team trying to close that gap on Eddie G. Kind of like me trying to get close to a decent Barbie back home.
Barbie? Oh, you mean a barbecue. Yeah, but over here it's like trying to catch the last slice of pizza at a Super Bowl party. In this high-speed game of chess, it's all about strategy. Who'll make the next move?
Mate, Keen's creeping up on Joe Ergu like a dingo on a picnic. Must have tweaked that brake bias a touch to the rear.
The way Rob always Keen's conserving their energy while managing the Urs deployment? Pure artistry. They're sneaking up on Jorg like a quiet storm.
It's a tale of two drivers right now, with Rob gaining places and Joe Ergu losing them. You Americans have your drive-thrus. Here, maybe today Satan's trying to make this a drive past on Mr. Bang.
Well, let's see if they can supersize that pass, or if they'll just get a side of disappointment. Y'all ever been to a Carolina hoedown? Cause maybe today Satan's dancing with that car, looking to waltz right past Mr. Bang.
Fair dinkum. Maybe today Satan's finding those aerodynamic sweet spots. Could be adjusting that front wing angle to cut through the air like a hot knife through butter.
Dang, maybe today Satan's fuel strategy and conservation of those brakes is spot on. They're inching closer to Mr. Bang like a hound on a hot dog.
Maybe today Satan just blitzed past Mr. Bang like they were standing still.
Definitely. But there's still a long way to go in this race, and anything can happen. Maybe today Satan needs to keep driving with focus and intensity.
Look at that gap. It's smaller than the difference between Vegemite and Marmite at this point. Rob in second is giving the leader no room to breathe.
Mate, it's so close, I reckon Rob can tell what brand of deodorant the leader's wearing. The next few laps are going to be pure, unadulterated racing magic.
Richard Rossier has the pedal to the metal chasing maybe today Satan. Well, I'd raise a toast to that move. Cheers to Richard Rossier for nabbing fourth.
Shoot, Richard Rossier's got more moves than a dance floor on a Saturday night. Look at them shimmy into fourth.
Tell ya what, maybe today Satan's got more guts than a croc in a boxing ring. Closing that gap and breathing down the neck of Richard Sorry to cut in here, blimey. Maybe today Satan must have spotted a pub off the track. That's the only reason any self-respecting Aussie would swerve that way. Rob is locked in, mate. It's like watching a kangaroo chasing down that last bit of green in the outback. Every move is calculated, every turn precise.
You said it, Rob. Over here, it'd be like a quarterback eyeing that end zone in the final seconds. Rob is hungry for that top spot, and you can feel it.
Bloody hell, Rob's tearing up the tarmac and just snatched first. Makes you want to crack a cold one in celebration.
That kind of move, that's what happens when you mix horsepower with a dash of southern charm.
Coming into T1, Cat Corner, the fight for fourth is heating up. Who will be the first to blink? Hollywood couldn't script this better. Jack M Team's shadowing Eddie G, waiting for the slightest misstep.
The gap's closing, the clock's ticking, and the finish line awaits its champion.
It looks like Jack M Team is making a move. The gap to Eddie G is now down to 0.8 seconds. It looks like Rob has found another gear in the last sector of the race.
You got this. Keep your cool.
It's all over. Rob Keane has claimed victory in this race with a stunning drive that will be remembered for years to come. Clearly at the top of their game right now. Impressive second place finish for Sunoiler. What a race from Joe Erg-Yu. They kept their cool and secured a well-earned third place on the podium. Richard Rossier take fourth. Fifth and sixth sees Eddie G and Jack M Team. Puppy Dog from Hell brings home seventh. Taking eighth is Wayne Pearson. Ninth is Maybe Today Satan. Mr. Bang in 10th.